Give me your first impression of the game.
I thought it was good. I thought we started off a little slow. I thought our second unit came in. It was really good. And then I thought overall in the second half we were pretty good.
Returning back since July, how's your body feeling? You got a lot of it.
Feel good. Obviously, 5 games in 7 days is a true test and see where my body's at. But so far, I feel really good.
Watch her face closely. That's the expression of someone who's been dwelling on a question for weeks. Caitlin Clark finally started for Team USA in their February 2025 game against New Zealand. But here's what ignited the controversy. She wasn't just placed in the starting lineup. They shifted her to small forward. Let me repeat that because it's important. The top point guard prospect of a generation, someone who led the NCAA in assists and built her entire game around directing the offense, was moved to the 3 spot, and fans immediately noticed.
Caitlin Clark first interview before all of this stuff happened, before her not starting, before everything. This was leading up. This was Caitlin Clark was expecting. Let's listen to it.
You mentioned earlier today about how you've been playing like pickup and stuff. I guess I'm just curious, like who are you playing like pickup games with?
A lot of former college players, some pro players that are back in Indy. Honestly, it's not my job to get them. That's our coach's job. And they show up and they're practice boys. They come every single day, whether I'm doing a skill workout, whether I'm playing threes, whether I'm playing fives. But mostly former hoopers, people that have played in Europe, people that have played at the college level. So, super helpful. A lot of athleticism, a lot of physicality, very similar to especially
that right there is pure confidence. She's talking about playing pickup games with former college stars and pros back in Indiana while rehabbing a soft tissue injury. Did you catch what she said? Lots of athleticism, not much physicality, very much like the international game. She had spent months preparing, working with sports psychologists, and grinding through rehab without a clear timeline. This wasn't a player who needed to be eased in or hidden at a different position. She was ready to run the point. But here's why the position switch was so deliberate. By February 2025, USA Basketball had already seen what she did during the WNBA season. They watched Caitlin Clark shatter rookie records, lead the league in assists, and demonstrate exactly what she could do at point guard. So why move her?
Going through like a rehab process, something that not to be overlooked is that like mind-body reset, because you have to like kind of get all recalibrated and stuff. So I guess like what did you do specifically, or how were you able to deal with that mental aspect of the rehab process?
Yeah, I think like sports psychology is a very important part of like what I do and the people we work with, and FIBA had those resources for me and for our entire team. So working with them, and I think more than anything is just like remind yourself who you are, and there's gonna be days where it feels like a little bit of a grind, especially when you come in and work out for 8 months straight and go through the rehab process. And, I think for me, the best thing is going to be like just
listen to how she describes the international game. This was clearly a lifelong dream. She even wrote it down back in 3rd grade. She recalls Kira Cowan telling the junior national team that only a few would ever reach the senior level. That moment meant everything to her, which is exactly why the position change stings. USA Basketball knew they had the upper hand. They counted on her taking any role because wearing that jersey was non-negotiable. Small forward, power forward, it didn't matter. She was going to say yes. But what really happened on the court tells a different story, one the stats likely surprised USA Basketball with. After just 4 games in the tournament, Caitlin Clark was leading Team USA in free throw shooting, hitting 10 of 12, better than every veteran on the roster.
Video, so it looked like Caitlin Clark is speaking after that position change during this game against New Zealand. So we know Caitlin Clark finally got the start, man, for Team USA. Now, her getting the start did spark some backlash from fans. That being that Caitlin Clark position was actually changed to small forward at the time of the matchup. Now, this was a great game. I cannot stunt. They beat the snot out of Team USA.
Now, let's tackle the elephant in the room. That comment about her whistle in the WNBA. The person recording even said, "We told you, if she actually had a good whistle in the WNBA, she'd be racking up free throws." That's how frequently she's fouled. Here's the key data. During her rookie WNBA season, Caitlin Clark averaged 5.5 free throws per game, ranking 15th in the league. But look at what happened internationally. In just 4 games with Team USA, playing limited minutes at small forward, She was already reaching the line more often than seasoned stars playing their natural positions. The contrast is stark. Same player, same driving style, same defensive pressure. But suddenly, the whistles are coming. This raises a big question about what was really going on during the WNBA season. And before anyone claims international refs just call the game differently, consider this. FIBA rules are actually more physical than the WNBA's. Hand checking is allowed. Defensive 3 seconds don't exist. If anything, she should be getting fewer calls, not more.
National game is obviously very challenging. This is my first time on the senior national team, so that poses a different aspect as well. So, no better way than just getting tossed into the fire. So, I like it like that, I guess.
So, first national team level for you,
Yeah.
the game's different. Somebody's more physical, other things.
Very
You haven't
different.
played internationally besides the USA younger.
Yeah.
Are you excited to sort of experience that, see what it's like to get you ready for potentially the World Cup and beyond the next 20 years, as long as you're playing years?
Absolutely. You know, this is obviously everybody's dream, and I think, you know, although I've never played at the senior.
Notice what she says about the game being different. They definitely are. She's referring to international competition, but pay attention to how careful and diplomatic she is. She's been on 3 junior national teams and 2 USA Unite teams. She knows how USA basketball operates, and that shapes her approach. She can't openly complain about being moved to small forward. She can't question coaching decisions. She can't point out that Chelsea Gray, 32 and coming off an injury, is starting at point guard while the future of USA basketball is playing out of position. Because if she did, she'd get labeled as entitled, accused of not being a team player, or face the Angel Reese treatment, where every concern is spun as evidence that she's difficult to work with. So instead, she smiles. She talks about how much fun it is to play alongside great players. She expresses how honored she is to wear the jersey, and she plays small forward.
So that was Caitlin Clark immediately after the game. Now I'm here to tell you, we know Caitlin Clark been balling. Shout out to the homeboy Mike over on Twitter. He stated breaking. Caitlin Clark is leading Team USA in free throws. We told you if she actually had a good whistle in the WNBA, she will be dominating in free throws. That's how often she gets fouled. Now we know Caitlin Clark whistle has been up for debate her entire time being in the WNBA.
Look at her demeanor right after the game. Professional, composed, talking about getting off to a strong start against Spain in the next matchup. She doesn't say a word about the position change, nor does she show any frustration about her role. But her performance speaks volumes. Even in limited minutes at small forward, she made an impact. She found ways to create opportunities and led the team in free throw shooting, showing she was attacking the basket even from an unfamiliar position. That's what makes this entire situation so revealing. USA Basketball moved Caitlin Clark to small forward, probably thinking it would limit her impact or protect veteran guards, but it didn't work. Even out of position, she led the team in free throws, made an impact in limited minutes, and proved she could excel anywhere on the court. She's already one of the best guards in the world, and the position switch only highlighted that USA Basketball must decide: build around her talent or cling to the old guard. The free throw stats, her performance, and her composure send a clear message. She belongs at point guard, running the offense, and it's only a matter of time before that becomes undeniable.